Hey, what's going on, friends and theme park fans? This is Silver Stix here for another Stix Top 6, where I count down the best and worst that theme parks have to offer. Alrighty folks, not every trip to Walt Disney World is gonna be exactly the same. Some days you'll be full of energy, ready to ride a ton of roller coasters and dark rides, and just keep on moving from start to finish. But other days, things are a lot more laid back. Maybe you'd like to keep out of the Florida sun, you may want to let your legs rest a little, or just not have to worry about waiting in lines all day. Whatever it is, simply you'd just like to kick back and relax while still maintaining that wonderful sense of Disney magic. Well, lucky enough, all of these features and more can be found in the outstanding theater-based attractions located all around the four parks. And when I say theater-based attractions, I'm not referring to live stage performances with actors. We actually already had a Stix Top 6 episode about that. Today we'll be discussing the incredibly immersive 4D shows, the unbelievable IMAX films, and the magnificent audio animatronic productions. Each of these shows are 10 or more minutes long, and they can oftentimes be some of the best attractions to help get in touch with your Disney side, while always keeping you cozy and comfortable in the process. So without further ado, let's all find a seat, make sure you move all the way to the end of the row, filling in any empty spaces in between you, as we begin our countdown of the top 6 best Walt Disney World theater-based attractions. Kicking off our list today, we'll be sailing on over to Liberty Square in the Magic Kingdom, where we'll head into an attraction that opened alongside the park on October 1st, 1971. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the one-of-a-kind look into our country's history, the legendary Hall of Presidents. This 25-minute show takes us through the idea of a president, from America's past all the way to the present. Featuring an exceptional short film recounting the events of a few different presidencies like George Washington, John F. Kennedy, and Abraham Lincoln, just to name a few. But following this film is where the true meat and potatoes of this attraction really lies. Because this is when the screen rises, revealing audio animatronic versions of all 44 different presidents of the United States. It is genuinely surreal seeing them all standing there in front of you, and even more surreal when they start speaking. Especially if you're an American, you really get that rush of red, white, and blue pride that races over you at this one. I honestly get goosebumps each and every time I watch this show. It doesn't focus on the divisive side of politics at all, just the union of us all as a society and the impact of who we choose to lead our country in the best way possible. It always leaves me on a great note, and I'd highly recommend it if you're at all interested in American history, regardless of how any of us feel about our current president and his role in the show. Cruising over to Sunset Boulevard in Disney's Hollywood Studios, we'll be able to take a look at one of their newest, coolest, and most underappreciated attractions, the 10-minute long high-octane extravaganza, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. This attraction is unlike any other, with a 200-foot wraparound screen that sits 2 stories above you with picture-perfect quality from every angle, each and every one of your favorite Cars characters making an appearance at one point or another, and even a full-size audio animatronic Lightning McQueen model live on stage only feet from where you're sitting, that drives, talks, and even takes a spin on the simulator race from Cars 3. All leading up to a race with the phony Piston Cup winner himself, Chick Hicks. I'm telling you guys, this whole experience really is the ultimate cherry on top of the Cars series for any fan. There's fun trivia, hilarious and catchy music, a bright and colorful upbeat atmosphere, and some of the most impressive effects you'll find in any Disney attraction to date. It's honestly pretty mind-blowing. So if you're even so much as a casual fan of the Cars series, you should definitely do yourself a favor and check out Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. It's certainly one class you won't soon forget. Ka-chow! flying back over to the Magic Kingdom, we'll make our way into Adventureland to tackle another attraction that opened alongside the park, the animatronic spectacular Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This show lasts about 13 minutes and has a pre-show that lasts about 4 minutes, so you're definitely getting a pretty solid bang for your buck with this one. It features over 150 audio animatronics from totem poles, flowers, birds, and more that all talk and dance and sing. And speaking of singing, the soundtrack for this attraction was composed by the legendary Sherman Brothers, so definitely expect at least one of them to get caught in your head and have you tapping your feet a little bit. This is just a wildly original concept for a show, from the dark, sort of creepy atmosphere to the entire show being performed around you and above you. It is just out of this world. The music is fantastic, the characters are funny and interesting, the history of this attraction adds a ton of depth and immersion, and best of all, ever since 2016 you've been able to bring in your snacks and drinks to enjoy during the show, and believe me, that just makes it 10 times better. This is simply the definition of a classic Disney attraction, and you would be silly to skip out on it anytime you find yourself adventuring through Adventureland. Sticking around in the Magic Kingdom, let us head over to Fantasyland, where we can get swept away into the wonderful world and music of Disney animation during the 12-minute 4D adventure, Mickey's PhilharMagic. This terrific short film shows Donald Duck setting up the stage for Mickey's Philharmonic Orchestra, but in typical Donald fashion, he gets a little mischievous and decides to put on Mickey's sorcerer's hat to see what would happen if he tried his hand at a little PhilharMagic of his own. But of course things don't go as planned, and Donald is transported right out of the theater and into the worlds of some of Disney's most popular movies and songs, like Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast, Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid, I Just Can't Wait to Be King from The Lion King, You Can Fly from Peter Pan, and A Whole New World from Aladdin. And thanks to the 4D elements at play here, you truly feel transported into these locations seamlessly. You can smell everything and feel every movement of these characters like never before, and I even see people reaching out to grab things coming at them in 3D all the time. It's honestly the most modern and immersive possible way you could get to experience these nostalgic and iconic Disney moments, and with almost no wait time, there's just no reason at all to skip out on Mickey's PhilharMagic on any trip to the park. Hopping our way over to Grand Avenue in Disney's Hollywood Studios, we'll be able to take a look at the one and only Muppet Vision 3D, also known as the final project that legendary Muppets creator Jim Henson had a hand in before he unfortunately passed away in 1990, making Muppet Vision not only a fantastic attraction, but also a great memorial for one of the single greatest men to ever work in film. On a brighter note, Muppet Vision really is an amazing show. It lasts 15 minutes and the actual story of the production has the Muppets trying to demonstrate their Muppet Vision 3D technology while plenty of things go wrong in the process. And it is downright hilarious. There's dark humor, slapstick comedy, and of course that general Muppet brand humor that you just can't find anywhere else. Fozzie Bear plays practical jokes and sprays water on the entire audience, bubbles float down from the ceiling during Miss Piggy's giant show-stopping musical number, projections of fireworks play on the ceiling to emphasize the absolute magnitude of the finale performed by Sam Eagle, and there's even audio animatronics and live actors that add so much realism and richness to this already astounding show that it just becomes sheer perfection. And best of all, it's really got something for every single type of audience member. Kids will be able to enjoy the 3D elements, music, and characters, teens will enjoy the snarky, cynical humor that sneaks its way into this show, and adults will have a rush of nostalgia over them the entire time as well. Even after all these years, I still consider Muppet Vision 3D a must-do when visiting Hollywood studios, and I would encourage absolutely anybody to give it a try on any trip to the park. It is truly outstanding. Alrighty folks, for our honorable mention today, we'll be stomping our way over to Tomorrowland back in the Magic Kingdom for the comedy show of the century, Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Hosted by Mike Wazowski, this 10-minute show will certainly have anyone of any age interested, but the reason it has to take the honorable mention spot today is because of the interactive element to the whole show. Honestly, most of the jokes the monsters tell revolve around picking on people in the audience or sparking up conversations with them, and I've genuinely seen people stand up and walk out of the theater as soon as they see a camera putting people's faces up on a big screen. And I can't really blame those people. This is definitely more of an attraction for social butterflies or people that just don't mind being the center of attention. But for everyone else, this attraction is just hysterical. The cast members do a pretty good job of reading the room and picking out the right people to talk to, so even if you just sit there without getting picked on at all, it's just as fun. It's literally exactly like watching a live stand-up comedy show, just with Pixar characters. It's awesome. It's wildly original, and I hardly ever see anyone disappointed once it's over. Whether you're a fan of Monsters, Inc., stand-up comedy, or interactive attractions, Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor is one that I'm sure will impress just about every guest visiting Tomorrowland. Closing out our list today, we'll actually be sticking around in Tomorrowland, where we'll be able to take a spin through the 20th century on Walt Disney's very own Carousel of Progress, the very same one that made an appearance at the 1964 New York World's Fair. This 21-minute long classic gem of an attraction uses a rotating theater, audio animatronics, lifelike set pieces, comical writing, and music composed by the Sherman Brothers to take you through the 1900s, 1920s, 1940s, and the 21st century life of your average American family. The story, characters, and sharpness in the writing make for an experience that will have you coming back for more on each and every visit to the Magic Kingdom, and I mean that for absolutely everyone. Carousel of Progress is a true-to-form Walt Disney attraction, and it just bleeds creativity. Simply put, there's a reason this is the longest-running stage show in the history of American theater, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon either. So whether you're a fan of this attraction or not, it will continue to have a great big beautiful tomorrow waiting for it at the end of every day. Alrighty folks, that's gonna about wrap up my Stix Top 6 Best Walt Disney World Theater-Based Attractions. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and share the video around. It'd mean a lot and help out a ton. Also, leave in the comments what your favorite and least favorite theater-based attractions are, or just any Walt Disney World stories you'd like to share so we can start a conversation down there. But anyway gang, with all that out of the way, this is Silver Stix signing out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, theme park fans. Peace.